Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame, and this is the recap review for Family or Fiance. I was gonna watch this at work today because I watched one of these shows at work today, and it was Love and Marriage Huntsville. And then I was gonna watch this, but I was like, no. After I saw the title, and once I get into it, you're gonna understand why. I need to pause this after each scene. I really feel like that's what I'm gonna have to do because the most is about to pop off. So let's go ahead and get into the recap review. So, I'm still confusion right now. I made a point to watch from the very beginning until they explained why they're there in Tracy's office, and I'm still confusion. So, what has happened so far is that we learned that they met each other through some kind of back page situation on Facebook in some nasty groups, and they started off as a poly relationship, trying to have a poly relationship, and it hasn't fully worked. um I'm not under I I have some questions. I'm very inquisitive, y'all, and I need I'm trying to figure out what I can say, but I'm gonna wait until later on in the episode, or I'm just gonna wait for y'all to say it in the comments because I'm trying to understand a whole lot of stuff. Then while they talking to Tracy, Tracy was like, "Okay, so do y'all identify as being a polyamorous couple?" And so they were like, "Yeah, that's how we started out as poly, and some stuff happened, and they're still trying to be together." Like, okay, y'all, I'm sorry. So much popped off that I don't even think I ever told y'all what these folks' names are. So the woman's name is Renata, and the dude's name is Christian. Okay, y'all. So the families ain't here for it. Like, I don't know what is going on. They love talking about they are a I don't even know how to. They just seem so very 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 opposite. I don't know what. I don't understand what is happening. I'm so confused right now. Anyway, one of the people that's coming is his lover. So I guess the third person that's in this triangle, and he's saying that she's one of the people that's coming because he wants there to be some kind of resolve between his wife to be and the lover. And I'm just like, what is going I don't understand what is happening. I'm so confused, y'all. So before everybody arrives, they're still talking to uh Tracy McMillan, and she's trying to really understand, do they understand what kind of relationship they're in? Because now she's like, okay, so this sounds more like it's poly instead of polyamorous. Like, what is we doing? Like, because we find out that the lover that's coming is somebody who has fallen in love with Christian, and they've stopped all sexual activity because the wife to be was like, nah, what we not finna do is this because she done fell in love with you. That ain't what this supposed to be. And so I'm just like, do y'all know what y'all in? I'm tired. Like, this is too much. And so Tracy is kind of glad that the other person is coming because she's a part of the puzzle that they need to figure out what y'all want to do, because like this ain't even making no sense. Like, don't nobody know what's going on. You still talking about, oh well, I love both of them, but your best friend is coming and she's like, well, you need to be able to put your foot down when it comes to these women because they be doing the most, because she doesn't feel like her friend who is his wife to be is being respected as the queen that she's supposed to be. Y'all, it's just too much going on. Let's get into the foolishness because ain't nobody even arrived at the house yet, and I'm still confusion. Um if you are watching this episode or have watched it, you understand that you understand why I'm confusion. It's just so much that's happening. I don't understand. Anyway, so what has happened on the show is everybody is now arriving, and even before they got to the house, people were setting it off in their vehicles, in the vehicles that was transporting them there. So then when they get there and they go around the room having the family meeting, people are basically saying, I've heard that y'all have an open relationship. I heard that some poly situations are going on with another woman or other women. Um, his mama is there and she is concerned that Renata is going to be well, apparently Renata is already supposedly like forgiving, very, very forgiving and all of that. And she doesn't know if she's going to be able to continue to forgive and forget and all this other stuff as far as Christian is concerned. And I'm like, well, what has happened? Like, what is going on? I don't know. Um, the lover said that she don't think that either one of them are ready to be married. It's it's just too much. It's too much going on, and I don't even know where to begin. I don't know what is going on, y'all. Let's just keep on watching the foolishness. So everybody is now on to do their tasks, and Christian has met up with Renata's family, and he has to list out 5 things in particular from least importance to the most important. He listed money being, well, from least to greatest. Least is monogamy, then social life, then career, then kids, then money. So money is number one. And so as soon as he put it on the board before he even spoke, and they saw he put monogamy last, when he finally got to his explanation as to why monogamy is last on his list and the least important to him is because he's tried monogamous relationships before and they haven't worked. And even Tracy was like, what is the point of y'all getting married if y'all gonna be doing all this, because it's too much going on. It already seemed like normally a lot of people cannot handle these types of lifestyles, and a lot of people get into it for the wrong reasons. And I, for one, I'm so sick and tired of people who swear they are really into this type of stuff, but they literally just like, they just love the idea of having sex with multiple people and that's it. And it's like, you can be single and go do that. Like, what is we talking about? Like, you don't have to do what they trying to do, which is get married. And I'm like, this don't even make no sense. I don't know. Anyway, I feel like people can just be 100% single and just say, oh, let me screw all of these people at the same time, or let me do whatever. Like, I don't feel like you have to be in a committed relationship with others in order to do this. I don't know. A lot of people swear it works, and I'm like, just like Tracy literally said before they ended up even arriving, the families arrived, she said that a lot of people get into this situation and then kids come into play and feelings come into play and all this other stuff. And then like she's seen this happen before. And like we've seen, like if you've ever seen Sister Wives and all this other stuff like that really does happen, where y'all think y'all in this amazing poly relationship and then the babies come in and old boy done went off where he want to go, still doing his poly thing, and you at the house taking care of the kids, and now you are becoming more and more resentful with each passing day, but you just sat up and had a baby for him. And now you at the house by yourself. It ain't what you thought it was going to be. And it's crazy because I have seen episodes of Sister Wives before, and I'm talking about like major episodes where the main heifer in charge, or whatever you want to say, the main one sat up there and was leaving their husband because they didn't got sick and tired, because they were not priority, and he was out here fighting and bopping with any and everybody and still bringing in new people, still doing it's too much. Like, no. And I have really noticed that a lot of women have said, oh, well, I'm going to be in a poly relationship, but it was only because the dude they was with said something about it. And they always want to say spice and all this other stuff. My thing is, for the people who are hollering, oh, well, I want to spice up my relationship, I want to keep it spicy, let me bring people into the bedroom. I ain't gonna knock nobody who want to say, okay, I want to have threesomes and all that stuff. I know that's not what I'm into. I 100% feel very confident in knowing that I know that I can more than please one person to the point of where they ain't got to think about nobody else sexually and be like, oh, I'm not sexually satisfied. Let me go find some more people to add to rosters. Like, no. But people, y'all do what y'all want to do. It ain't for me. Who am I? I'm not finna judge y'all on that. I'm just not here for it. It's just not for me. But yeah, the family was confused about that, and I'm just like, I'm still confusing because I feel like a lot more stuff gonna have to come out. I don't even know if they're gonna say everything. Like, the people are really like, he had the audacity to bring the lover up here. Like, what is going on here? And I'm like, I'm confusion. So Renata is talking to his folks, and she has to pull questions from a fishbowl and answer them. And one of them was talking about, like, how long do you think you'll be able to put up with this and all this other stuff. Like, I'm just like, this is too much. Apparently what has happened is that when they first got together, they were like, okay, let's be poly. And it just got to a point where she was just like, I ain't here for it. And like, in order to keep his attention, he has to have a roster. He got to have heifers on top of heifers on top of heifers. And I'm trying to understand why they roll it up. Like, I don't understand what is going on here. I just don't understand. But yeah, he really is not about that monogamy life. And for her, she's just like, well, he's still doing what he want to do, and I'm just left out of it now. And whenever things seem basically like too monogamous for him, he don't like that. He don't like feeling content in monogamy, and he is done. He ain't here for it. And the fact that she said a couple of weeks ago she was ready to give it all up, it's like, do you feel like you're desperate or something and you're settling? Like, is that what's happening? I'm not understanding. And the heifer is right there, like she's talking to the side heifer. And I'm just not understanding. I'm not getting it. I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna be confusion the whole time. So anyway, everybody is just done. They tied. The side heifer and Renata been going back and forth, and she like, I'm here because he want me to be there. I'm the best friend. I ain't going nowhere. And Renata is not really even pleading her case. Like, she's pretty much making Mona the side heifer's point, which is, if she ain't there, meaning Renata and another woman is there, if the issues still happen, she's still gonna be there. Like, I don't understand why you saying it like it's gonna mean something. Apparently, Mona holds a special place in his heart as well. Even though she done fell in love with him and got all these deep feelings for him, he is not strong enough in this moment on day one to be like, you know what? If you can't just be my friend and that's it, and I cut you loose, then it has to be it. I don't know if he's gonna be strong enough to do that in order to salvage his relationship with Renata. And I'm just like, the fact that she has to be like, you know what, you go do what you do over there. I don't want to be a part of it. I just feel like some self-esteem ain't there or something. I don't understand. I don't understand what is going on here. These heifers ain't got no self-esteem. They ain't got no self-worth or something. I don't understand, because essentially they fighting over him. And I'm confused because I'm like, okay, what is it that they are bringing to the table? And I'm not being shady or anything when I'm saying this. She said earlier in the episode that with her background and his background, it makes sense for them to get married, and it's gonna be even better when they get married. I'm like, what is going on? What y'all bringing to the table? Like, are they gonna talk about it later on in the episode? I'm trying to figure out what is going on here. But they live for him, and I'm just like, I'm confused. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what. There's just so much stuff happening that I'm trying to figure out where to start, y'all. Okay, so they're having the dinner, And everybody else is confusion, just like I'm confusion, right? And so they like, okay, so what is going to happen? Like, does Mona love him or not? And so Renata was like, anybody who has eyes knows that that's what the situation is, and he ain't gonna let it go. And other people were like, yeah. And so he was like, what make y'all say that? And he like laughing, and it's like his mama earlier in the day was like, what are you gonna do, because you have so many people's hearts involved, like what is going on? And he was like, he didn't intend for it to be like that, but it just is what it is. And she feels like he's not being serious about the situation. I'm tired. And then apparently, like, he's an entrepreneur. He has like a cleaning business and whatever, and he travels a lot. And so they wanted to know, like, her folks were like, okay, when are you gonna actually have time? How do you have time to do all of this? You with her whenever you with her. You're working and you with all these random side heifers. Like, when do you have time for anything? I don't understand. There's too much going on. Child, they trying to have this dinner, and like it's like all of a sudden Renata, people have to bring to Renata's attention, like, do you see where the poly stuff is causing problems? Because she has said that she feels like she's missing stuff in her relationship. Christian was like, okay, what you missing though? And she was like, time, compassion, affection, all this other stuff. It just, I cannot. Like, these people really cannot be sitting up here making it seem like this got to be my soulmate. And like, I really feel like this is a whole situation of I don't want to, I don't want to try to find nobody else, or I feel like don't nobody else want me. Let me just accept whatever's thrown my way or something. I don't understand what is going on here. Everybody is confusion and everybody tired, because it's like, Mona, the side heifer, was like, I ain't even know they was engaged until Renata texted me a picture and I said congratulations to her. And then as soon after I said that to her, I called or texted him and was like, okay, so this is what we doing. But congratulations though. Girl, I tell you what we not finna do is the side heifer sitting right up on you and I'm sitting across the table from you. She need to be sitting somewhere far away from you at this point. Like, this don't even make no sense. Y'all bayed up. And I mean, it would have been different if the side heifer wasn't there and they were sitting across one another. But this heifer is like, yeah, this my man. Like, she there. She right there. Like, I'm not here for none of this. And then, like, everything is over with now. And so she's outside talking to, I think, one of her cousins. And she was like, it's a lot going on right here. Like, y'all, I'll be back. Yeah. It's just to the point where every time anything come up about the side heifer, he is so protective of the side heifer. When I tell y'all, I have been in a situation like that before, where my ex from Huntsville, he used to set up there and set it off over a side heifer that he never had no business ever having any association with. I'm like, why are you protecting her when me and you supposed to be together? Like, this ain't even making no sense. And then it finally came out that he was cheating. And I'm just like, what I don't have time for is this. You over here protecting a random heifer, and then it didn't work out. And then now you want to come crawling back. Like, see, this is what I'm talking about. You went about it wrong. You went and took the heifer home. Your mama and everybody was looking at you like, and who is this random heifer that you brought up in my house? Like, everybody lived for me, but they looking at you like, and who is this? Like, I cannot. This is just too much. Child, we finally finna be finished with day one. Like, I'm sorry that this video is so long. There's so much stuff that's going on, my bad. But to round out the conversation with the cousin said exactly what it is, which is that she feels as if Mona is emotionally engaged to Christian. But Renata still, I feel like Renata be saying certain things like she got a leg up on her. And I'm like, but you don't though. Talking about what I feel like she just thought she should have got the ring. She did. She had fallen in love with him before you even came along. And then all of a sudden he was like, ooh, this is my woman. This is my queen. This is the main heifer right here. And now you feel crazy because you over here, and I'm gonna stick beside him. I cannot. They have been tasked with breaking up with Mona, and I'm like, the way that Christian looked, he was just looking like, and Tracy was like, I'm sensing something from you. Yeah. And then like even before that, she was like, what do you think about their relationship? She asked old girl what she thought about a relationship. She was like, I feel like Mona looks at Christian as if he's a god. But and so he was like, oh, so you don't look at me like that? She was like, no, I look at you as if you are my equal. Like, we supposed to be working together. Like, we supposed to be together. I look at you as my equal. And so Tracy was basically like, that's the way it's supposed to be. And a relationship would not thrive and be real or any of that if you really got into a relationship with somebody and they just looked at you like, oh, I got you on a pedestal. So they're tasked with breaking up with Mona, and they have to do it together. And they are actually going to eventually go and talk to someone who has experience with non-traditional relationships. But I don't see any of this going well. So they have linked up with old girl to tell her that she's out. The situation is over with, and she's not understanding why she's a part of the task. And they like, look, you have been the problem, and you shouldn't have caught feelings, and you did, so it's a problem. So she and her feelings, and she went to the bathroom and crying. Christian went after her, and he was trying to tell her that he wasn't trying to hurt her. And she talking about she don't understand why he brought her there like that. She really is like, oh, I can't believe you do this to me. Like, she really is crying down in this bathroom over this man. So I'm tired. His mama in the confessional, it was like, these generational curses need to be broken. Whoremongering. It's like, yes! His mama is a whole mood. Okay, let me stop. Okay, so anyway, then like after she got herself together, she went back outside to talk again. And so she was talking to Christian alone, and he was just like, look, I think you need to go because we got to work on our stuff. And she would only be a distraction. So she packed her stuff up, and while she was in her confessional, she said everything that I wholeheartedly believe too, because I was thinking the exact same thing before she ever uttered the words. Which is, she give him a week. When they get back home, it ain't gonna last. It is what it is. And he just saying what he gotta say to please his fiance. Now, he was in his feelings because she was at the dinner table talking about, why would you even get married? You ain't gonna do nothing but be a cheating husband. And I'm like, but it's true though. You already have told everybody that you ain't here for monogamy. So are you all of a sudden going to stop being with all these other women? I don't understand what's going on here. They met up with the therapist, and he basically is making it seem like the only reason why he really came was to get their communication where it needs to be. And I'm just like, nah, you had a whole lot of skeletons going on, but go off though. So anyway, essentially they are talking about how they want to be together, but what they gonna have to do from here on out is to say, we are strictly here for one another, but if we want to bring somebody in to have fun with, to have sex with, it is going to have to be a mutual thing, and not him just having people. And it's gonna have to be people who ain't gonna catch feelings and all that. It's gonna probably have to be a one and done, because the side heifer Mona done caught feelings and some more. I don't understand what is going on, why they live for him to this magnitude. And I'm just like, okay. I see he has on designer things, I guess, and maybe the money helps in a lot of the situations. Because again, I'm still lost as to what they talking about, or what she's talking about as far as their backgrounds. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? Anyway, I'm well aware that she says she don't need his money, and I'm not trying to say it like, oh, she being a gold digger. I'm just saying that some people might be more inclined to give in to what you want from them that you approached them about because they flashing some money in your direction. So anyway, ultimately, the whole family was there. So everybody is seeing what's going on, and they have an understanding, and they act like they're here for it. And I'm like, okay, all right. Oh Lord, okay, y'all. So they ended up having the meeting, and everybody acted like everything was great. They ended up having their last day session with Tracy, and made it seem like, oh, the communication was great. Yeah, we were able to get rid of Mona. They end up having the blessing ceremony. Everybody gave their blessing. Everybody said, yeah, everything's great. They took the picture at the end. And what happened? He went home, and Renata discovered that he was still dealing with Mona. Just like we thought was going to happen. I already knew this foolishness was going to be some just foolishness. I already knew it was going to be dumb. I already knew from the jump. But anyway, I have confusion. Just like everybody else in this whole triangle. I cannot. What is going on? Anyway, hopefully y'all enjoyed the recap review of Family or Fiance. I'm done. I am about to eat me some more alkaline stuff. Then start winding down. I'll get tired, y'all. I'm so glad my sleepy voice didn't bust up into the video. But it's about to start. But anyway, y'all, be safe. Stay cool. Subscribe, like this video if you have not done so. I'll talk to you later. Bye.